Good morning and welcome. Today is Tuesday, June 30th, 2026. We are here for our Administrative Matters meeting for the Larimer County Board of County Commissioners. I'm Larimer County Commissioner Jody McNally, excuse me, Chair of the Board of County Commissioners. I call this meeting to order and welcome you, and I ask you to stand with us as we start the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you all for joining us for the Pledge of Allegiance. And again, thank you for joining us for our meeting today. Again, I'm Chair, Larimer County Commissioner Jody McNally, and I'm joined here for our meeting with Commissioner John Kafalis. Also, we wanted to say Commissioner Stevens will not be joining us today. She is excused. We're also joined by our clerk to the board, who is doing an amazing job taking minutes today, and that'd be Lindsay Tracy. Thank you, Lindsay, for being here. We also have our county manager, Lorenda Volker. Good morning, Lorenda. We have Tom Clayton from the Commissioner's Office and Public Information Office. Good morning, Tom. And Sarah Martin from our Commissioner's Office, and we thank you all for assisting us today with this meeting. So we're going to move on to public comment portion of the meeting. I don't believe we had anybody signed up. Is there anyone online or anyone that looks like they have signed up or brought in comments for online?
No, Commissioner.
All right, so not seeing, is there anyone in the audience who'd like to do public comment? There's a couple of people, but nope. All right, we'll close public comment. And now we'll move on to approval of the minutes. Commissioner Kafalis, did you have any changes or edits for the minutes?
I do not.
Okay, I would welcome a motion, please, sir.
Move to approve the minutes for the week of June 22nd, 2026.
Thank you for that motion. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Great, we'll move on to the next item, which is looking at the upcoming schedule. Sarah, if you would proceed, thank you.
This is the Commissioner's schedule for July 6th through the 11th, 2026. On Monday, July 6th from 1:30 to 2:30 p.m., there will be a work session with Leslie Ellis, Director of Community Planning, Infrastructure, and Resources in the Commissioner's Conference Room on the second floor. From 6:30 p.m. to 10 p.m., there will be a Public Improvement District hearing. It's a hybrid meeting. In person, it will be in the hearing room on the first floor or virtually via Zoom. On Tuesday, July 7th, from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., there will be an Administrative Matters meeting in the hearing room on the first floor. On Wednesday, July 8th, from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., there will be a State Emergency Medical and Trauma Services Advisory Council Committee meeting. It's a hybrid meeting. In person, it will be at the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment at 4300 Cherry Creek Drive South in Denver, or virtually via Zoom. From 12 p.m. to 1 p.m., Commissioner Shattuck McNally may participate in the virtual National Association of Counties Environment, Energy, and Land Use Committee meeting. From 1 p.m. to 3:30 p.m., Commissioner Kafalis may attend the Agricultural Advisory Board. It's a hybrid meeting. In person, it will be at 1525 Blue Spruce Drive in Fort Collins, or virtually via Zoom. From 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., there will be a Commissioner/Planning Commission work session in the Carter Lake Conference Room on the first floor. On Thursday, July 9th, from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., Commissioner Shattuck McNally will attend the State Emergency Medical and Trauma Services Advisory Council meeting. It's a hybrid meeting. In person, it will be at the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment at 4300 Cherry Creek Drive South in Denver, or virtually via Zoom. From 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m., Commissioners may participate in the virtual Counties and Commissioners Acting Together Interim Active Issues and Policy Committee meeting. From 1 p.m. to 2:30 p.m., Commissioner Shattuck McNally may participate in the virtual Colorado Communities for Climate Action Policy Committee meeting. On Friday, July 10th, from 8:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m., Commissioner Shattuck McNally will participate in the virtual Forest Health Council Legislative Committee meeting. From 8:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m., Commissioner Kafalis will attend the State Board of Human Services meeting. It's a hybrid meeting. In person, it will be at 1575 Sherman Street in Denver, or virtually via Zoom. From 9:30 a.m. to 12 p.m., Commissioner Stevens may attend the Regional Air Quality Council Board meeting. It's a hybrid meeting. In person, it will be at 1445 Market Street in Denver, or virtually via Zoom. On Saturday, July 11th, from 8:30 a.m. to 10 a.m., Commissioner Kafalis will host a community conversation for the LaPorte community at Mio My Pie at 3310 West County Road 54G in LaPorte. Topic will be announced prior to the meeting. And from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., Commissioner Stevens will host story time at the Larimer County Farmers Market at 200 West Oak Street in Fort Collins.
Thank you, Sarah. Commissioner Kapos, did you have any changes or additions or et cetera?
Just a minor adjustment regarding the Ag Advisory Board on Wednesday, July 8th. That's typically 1 to 3. We show it as 1 to 3:30 all the time. You could double check that, but I'd like to get our record of that and what comes from extension aligned. I think it's 1 to 3.
I'll clarify that with Carrie.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Any other? Okay. So, Sarah, I just wanted to note on Wednesday, July 8th. It's listed on my copy, but I know you read it as state emergency medical. That is on Wednesday. That is me. That is attending that in the morning. And I will be doing that virtually. And then I'm also still going to hopefully attend the Rural Action Caucus meeting. I'm not sure. I think we'll still be doing that right before the conference, but that's from 11 to 12, and that is virtual. And then and that's Wednesday. And then you did mention the Joint Planning Commission. I just want to make sure that was mentioned. And then on Thursday, the 9th, I am still meeting with, let's see, whoops, I jumped ahead, sorry. Let's see, interim, I know you mentioned CC4CA, but I'm also still going to do the CCAT interim policy meetings. Oh, okay, you saw the commissioners. And then Office on Aging Council, I'm going to join for at least a portion of that meeting, and I will be doing that as Zoom. And so that is Office on Aging from 1:30 to 3 usually, but it goes to 3:30. I may not stay that long. And then I think that was it. So thank you. Okay. We are now moving on through our agenda. We have our consent agenda, and the consent agenda consists of items of no perceived controversy and routine administrative actions such as abatements, agreements, deeds, final plats, liquor licenses, rules, resolutions, and other matters previously reviewed by the Board of County Commissioners, and staff recommends approval of the consent agenda. However, a commissioner may request an item be pulled off the agenda and considered separately, and items pulled from the agenda will be considered as after the board takes action on the remainder of the consent agenda. So I'm going to read through at a high level on the consent agenda. We have several items on this consent agenda today, and if you are interested in the public or those online, you can go to our county website at larimer.gov, to the county commissioner's website, to look at more details of this agenda. So first we have abatements, which we have 2 petitions for abatements or refund of taxes. On the agreements, we have several items that are under the cable television agreements from Comcast, Connections, Pulse, TDS, Estes Park, TDS Fort Collins area, and there's 5 of those items, and all 5 of those is a franchise agreement authorizing the name cable company to install infrastructure in the Larimer County right-of-way. In return, the cable company or the organization must pay the county 5% of its gross revenue from the sales generated in unincorporated areas of the county. And in addition, the company must, or the entity must pay 1% of the gross revenue in the public education and government fees, or PEG fees. And so again, I named those, and those are for the 7-year terms going till May 31st of 2033. And so those are all very similar, and one of them is, they're all through Road and Bridge, and the other 2 are with us. Yes. All right. So now we have a title document, the State of Colorado Intergovernmental Agreement with the Sheriff's Office, and this is to provide opioid settlement funds to the Larimer County Sheriff's Office to implement the Continuum to the Community project. And this is a grant that the Sheriff's Office received, and it will expire, the 3-year terms expiring it's a 3-year party expiring. So, and that was with the Sheriff's Department and the Board of County Commissioners and Department of Law. The Colorado Attorney General's office is involved with that. Then we have amendment number 5 for the agreement to the Behavioral Health Co-Responder Services, which is the State Behavioral Health Administration funded. And this is an amendment to that agreement, which will extend it and the contract through June 30th of 2027. And then we have 8 of these, which is through our Workforce and Economic Workforce Development Agreement. We have an option letter extending the WIOA, which is the Workforce Innovation Opportunity Act, and it's a memorandum of understanding with the Senior Services Employment Group, and these are with several different groups, and I'm going to name those very quickly. Well, they're all WIOA grants and changes for different programs, and there are 8 of those, and again, those are through the Workforce Development Department, and I know those are a lot of work, and we appreciate their work on that. And then we have an agreement for the sale and purchase of 45-acre units of the Colorado Big Thompson Water Project. And also, there's also another agreement on the end, at the end of this, with another WIO at the end, but that's included in the 8. And then we have this agreement to sell, purchase and sale agreement between the Department of Natural Resources, planned sale of 45 Colorado Big Thompson units to the town of Windsor. This is, we sold some property that's through the Department of Natural Resources, and it had some water tied to that, and we can't retain the water rights because we are not going to be in possession of that property. So we had a year to find this out, and we did a lot of research and background into this and looked at all options that we were able to try to keep the water for use here in Larimer County, and we could not find a way to do it ourselves, so then we really worked hard to keep the water in the region. And I'm so proud of staff and their innovative solutions and research on that, so we were able to keep it in our region by selling it to the town of Windsor. And so that is in that agreement, and there's a couple other items in here that is attached to that. And then we have our next item is the 8th Amendment of a lease agreement, which is expansion of leased premises at 2573 Midpoint. And this is a addition and also expanding and securing some space very close over by the Sheriff's Department with our clerk and recorder's office. And so this will go through, the lease will go through July of 2034. Then we have the first amendment to the intergovernmental agreement between Connection Services, and this is expanding the IGA through Fort Collins Connection to expand broadband services. And so we did part of the mobile home parks and expanded through that, and then the BEAD money is helping build out the rest, and so that's a partnership unique with us and Connection, and again, you can learn more about that on the website. And then we have appointments. We have 2 different appointments. One is a recommended appointment to the Community Advisory Board, and just want to congratulate Laura and Margarita. And then we have a recommended midterm appointment to the Community Advisory Board of Tabitha for the Community Advisory Board, and we appreciate their service on that. We have deeds. We have a deed through the Engineering Department for acquisition of right-of-way associated with road improvements on County Road 70, and this will be perpetual. And then we have a deed of a right-of-way deeded dedication. We have 3 more of these, and these are all with the Engineering Department, and these are right-of-way acquisitions that will be associated with road improvements on County Road 70. We have 2 liquor licenses. One is liquor license renewal with Hilltop General Store and Antiques, LLC, and that is a retail liquor store. And then we have a renewal of we are One Incorporated, doing business at 7-Eleven store in Fort Collins. The one that I listed before was in Red Feather Lakes. And then miscellaneously, we have a document which is a solid waste assurance letter, and this is a letter that we have to send to the state statutorily, because this is to the Colorado Department of Health, showing that the county's estimated landfill closure liability and remaining capacity, and that we are prepared with resources and the necessary annual requirement of these to show that all landfill operators are in accordance with Colorado State revised statutes. And then we have a statement of authority to Justin Core. This is related to the water sale, and it gives Justin Core, the land agent, the ability to execute on behalf of the Board of County Commissioners related to this sale and the release of Northern Water. Can bless you. Conservancy allotment contracts 7855. And then that last one is another one, this application with the application to release water allotment contract, which is related to the two last previous items. And this also is the details on the website if you want to learn more. And then we have, I believe, 12 stipulations for the tax year 2025. I won't read through all those. If you're interested, you can, like I said, go to the website. Then we have some resolutions. One is the findings of resolutions approving the Dory Family Trust subdivision and appeal. And that hearing was on June 22nd, 2026. But we have the next one is finding resolutions approving the Fulmer appeal, and that is a hearing that was on June 22nd, 2026. And then lastly, we have the resolution approving the application, again related to the water, approves the county's application to release Northern Colorado's Water Conservancy District allotment of the 45 acre feet. So, Commissioner Kafals, that is all that's on our consent agenda. Do you have any items you wish to pull?
I do not.
Would you please make that motion to approve the consent agenda, please?
I move to approve the consent agenda for June 30th, 2026.
Thank you. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
That is approved 2-0. We have no commissioner guests today. We have no discussion items. Lorinda, we're down to our county commissioners, county manager report. Would you like to go through that?
I will keep it very brief this morning. I just want to congratulate the 3 winners of the Environmental Stewardship Awards. The Environmental and Science Advisory Board reviews these applications and makes recommendations to you all about the winners. This year's winners were Jeff Puckett from the City of Fort Collins with the Shift Your Ride program, Peaks to People Water Fund, and Red Feather Lakes Wildfire Defense Project. So congratulations to all of those, and thank you to the ESAB members for their work in reviewing the applications.
Thank you, Lorinda. And I'll add thank you to Heidi Prost, too, for helping us organize all that. And thank you for mentioning that. I was going to mention that as well. So Commissioner Foster, any reports?
I will yield my time because I wish to be at St. Joe's seated at 9:30 a.m., so I will pass. And I plan to leave at 9:25 a.m.
Certainly noted, sir. I'm going to read really briefly because we did have a lot of things. Thank you for mentioning the Science Advisory Board. I wanted to just share that I did attend the state's Behavioral Health Administration Regional Advisory Council meeting for Region 2. I'm on that council, and we had our meeting, our quarterly meeting last week. And then on Wednesday, I attended the North College Fort Collins Business Association, which was well attended, and we had an update from Kelly DeMartino from the City of Fort Collins, and it was very informative, and I appreciate that. And then we had just some discussions with some businesses in Larimer County, which are starting to hire, and so I had some online meetings with them, and then I took a tour of the CSU Vet Hospital and the new additions and the Clark Revitalization Project, and we went through those 2 buildings and the new addition to the vet clinic, and I toured that with Senator Jeff Bridges, which was he had a lot to do with that with the Joint Budget Committee and some of the legislative session where he did a lot of work to help keep the Clark Revitalization Project online. And I did talk to some CSU students that are involved with that addition that are in the construction management. So it's great to hear from the students who are involved with that project. And I need to share those pictures with you, Tom, so we can get those out. And then I did attend the Forest Trends Protect What Matters virtual webinar with the United States Forest Service. That was very informative. And then I went to the Big Thompson Health Watershed Partnership. That was a great meeting. And I went, and I think also, Loretta, you were at the Fort Collins Area Chamber of Commerce State of Business. That was really well attended, lots of great partners. The Community Advisory Board had a phenomenal speaker, Delia Lopez, who is just an amazing person, and she has used a lot of, she was involved with the Conservation Corps and then used our Economic Workforce Development. And now she is a graduate student doing some amazing work at CSU. And I just want to give her a big shout out because she did an impactful presentation. And then I attended the Career and Rise Scholars graduation ceremony. Our Economic Workforce Development have done some amazing work with getting grants to help those, and it was help those folks go through that program and graduate with their GEDs, and it was amazing to be involved with that. We had I was on the National Association of Counties. We had our Environment, Energy, and Land Use Annual Conference Resolutions call, which went through lots of resolutions, and I'm going to be co-sponsoring 5 of those with some other folks, and pretty important work on right-of-way, local control, and data centers, so it's going to be really important for those resolutions to get through. We had our Regional Abatement Council meeting for Region 2. I'm the Vice Chair, and we are approving and looking at some 6-month and year reports. Those were approved. And then we had our Natural Resources Advisory Board meeting on Thursday, which was really important. Lots of discussions and sharing of new policies and some bylaws. And I wanted to just give a shout out to, I was able to go up to Estes Park and attend the Estes Valley Land Trust annual breakfast, and Dr. Knight from the Warner College was there to talk about fragmentation and wildlife passages, and it was well attended, a beautiful place to have breakfast. And I came down and did story time at the farmers market, which was well attended and just wonderful, and I appreciate all the staff that do such great work there. So busy week, as you all can see, and we are all going to be heading across the street for a funeral, so that's why we're kind of rushing through this meeting for those that you're watching online. And so that's all I have to share. We have no other business and no executive sessions. So at 9:21, we are adjourned. Thank you so much for joining us.